Reminders are one of the most popular features in Content Snare. They are automatic emails that remind your client that you are waiting on them for information, which is really important so that they don't forget. There are some default reminders built in, but we recommend you edit them to match your own company style. To do that, navigate to Reminders in the top navigation. There are two sections here: the schedules for when those emails get sent, and the templates for the actual emails that get sent. So jump over to the Email Templates tab. These are all the built-in emails. You can edit these existing ones using this menu or create entirely new templates here. So let's modify the new request email template here. This is the first one that your client would see when they receive a request. So open that up, and you can see we've got some generic language here explaining to your client that we need some information from them, when the due date is, and how to access the request. We highly recommend modifying the text in this email to better suit your own style and to mention the kind of information that you are collecting from your clients. This is quite generic because lots of people use Content Snare and we can't know what kind of content you are collecting. You can add placeholders to this email using this variables drop down here. So if you wanted to say the client's company name, for example, you would click here and it would insert the client's company name into the email. And if you scroll through here, you'll see a few other options as well. You could even say the percent completed, how many days are remaining before the due date, and a whole lot of other information. So have a look through there. You can also use this option to switch between styled and plain emails. So right now, if we preview this email, it looks like this. So you can see that there's a simple design to the email where we have a gray background and a button for the client to access the request. However, if you disable this, it goes out without any style so that it looks like a plain email that you have written. Now, it's completely up to you which one you would like to use, but generally these plain emails look a little bit more like it's you actually sending emails to your client. Whereas the styled templates, it's pretty clear that this is coming from an app. So you might want to do something like use these ones for the initial request and for the simple reminders, but as the due date approaches, you might want to send a more personal looking email to create a sense of urgency with your clients. Once you're done modifying this email, just save it. Come back to the list here and feel free to modify any of those other email templates. Once you're done with that, we just have to define when those emails will actually be sent. And you do that on the Schedules tab here. We have one default schedule built in, but if you have different types of projects, you might want to create a different email schedule for each type. For example, if you're a marketing agency, you might have one schedule for website projects that talks about website content in the emails, and then a separate schedule for marketing campaigns that just uses different language in the emails. Likewise, for finance or accounting, you might have different schedules for individual and company clients. For now, let's just go ahead and edit this default one. Read these rules left to right. So this first rule says 5 days after the request is published, if no fields have been completed, we'll send this email to our client. And that's all there is to creating new rules. So if you wanted to add a new one, you click here, and we could say maybe 10 days after the request is published. If not all fields have been completed yet, then we'll send a standard reminder to our client. And then just click save to save this schedule. And now you can see we've got 6 emails that go out at different times to the client. Further down, these are the non-time-based emails. For example, when the request is first published, we're going to send that new request email to our client. And likewise, when a field is rejected, we want to send an email to that client. So that's not time-based, which is why it sits down here. Now, go ahead and modify this schedule to add or remove some of our emails. You could also create an entirely new schedule back here by clicking this button. When you're done, move on with the next video.